Check it out. Just a breakdown, y'all. Come on in, have a seat. Welcome to the Cognac Chronicles. Straight from the underground, the show. DJ Mike C. We gonna sit back, relax, and sit back at the bar, you know what I'm saying, and do what we do. Toss it up and pop the top. We got a lot of variety of flavors, and they all come from the land of cognac. So we gonna get what we get.
Mic check 1 2. It's your boy DJ Mike C checking in one more again. It is straight from the underground, the show, live and direct, and we coming live from Cleveland, Ohio, and representing in the house the finest in underground hip hop in the city of Cleveland and abroad. And in the house today we have Miss Mexi J. She ain't want me to say the Wilson part, but you know what I'm saying? We got Mexi J in the house, and she just I'm gonna say a hip hop activist, but also she's a long-time supporter of Cleveland hip hop and Akron underground hip hop, and she's here to talk about some of the things that she's got going on, and how she got involved in all this good underground music that we got going on. So Mexi, how are you?
Oh, fantastic. Thank you for having me. Glad to be talking to everyone
worldwide.
Right.
Absolutely. Glad you came in, and we're gonna just keep pushing on. And first of all, as we get started, let's start in the beginning, with the basics, how did you get involved in hip-hop, per se, because you come from a different, road of you're not an MC or a producer, but as you would like to say, or I say, you're a promoter, you dig, but tell us how you got involved in all that and how you got started.
Actually, my involvement in hip-hop is more like a love affair. I've been involved with hip-hop as long as I can remember. Growing up in Akron, I had access to 93 and 108, so I had Club Style, I had Rappers Delight, had Johnny Yo, had MC Skill, and I can say right now in my life, I'm so proud, and it makes me just so full that I personally know Lady Skill now, personally know Johnny Yo, and personally know MC Chill. So people who kind of were my local foundation now are personal mentors and, wonderful foundations of local hip-hop. But literally, listening to the radio, listening to mix shows, back in the day, everybody had tapes. People passed tapes back and forth. Everybody had family members coming from the East, coming from New York.
Together.
Yeah, and then growing up, I had a boyfriend who had family in California, which introduced me to some West Coast stuff. So, just from growing up, having access to a lot of different music, growing up in the 80s, I remember when, we would only have one tape come out a week, or 1 or 2 come out, so you bought everything because it wasn't a lot of music. So my collection was so vast because anything that had a DJ or MC, I was about it. I wanted it. I needed to hear it.
You was the ultimate.
Yeah, I would say I was this way. People call me a B-girl, but I don't break, not at all. But, like I said, I love being a fan. I've always been a fan. I always hope to be a fan. As long as I'm here, I'm going to promote the culture and show all of it, good, the bad, the ugly, all of that stuff.
Definitely. Okay, now you do stay in a different neck of the woods, which is Akron, Ohio, and for the most part, talk about what's it like in Akron, Akron versus Cleveland, not on a bad thing as far as, what are, some of the similar styles, in hip-hop, as far as MCs and, like who's, where do you see the most aggression, as far as MCs want to, come out there and get it,
It's different. I think, I've been involved with the local hip-hop scene the last 10 years. I moved back to Akron from Baltimore, Maryland 10 years ago. Well, 12 years ago, but 10 years I've been involved in the scene. So in that time, I would say that I've seen more unity amongst the areas. And personally, I know myself, even though I live in Akron, I've come to many more hip-hop events in Cleveland. I have a vast network, actually throughout the state of Ohio, because I also lived in Columbus for a time. And I have people in Cincinnati. So literally, I look at Ohio as a whole hip-hop network for me, as well as having homeboys in Pittsburgh. Shout out to the Get Down Gang, my B-boys out in Pittsburgh. Just got to show them some love. But locally, I think as access has grown, whether it's internet, more venues and shows, more promoters, more people growing up in hip-hop, doing hip-hop. I think that's made a lot more artists have the opportunity to network. I think in Cleveland, there's a lot more unity that could happen actually as opposed to regionally. I want to shout out my homeboys who do the Ohio Hip Hop Awards because I think they've done a lot to have artists work together and network. Loran, Quincy, Majestic, and Guards, wherever he's at.
I was meeting Majestic not too long ago.
Oh, word up.
We was at the Primal Rage monthly event, so that is still going on, so y'all definitely check that out, you know what I'm saying? With Primal Rage, much love to y'all. Now,
I just want to shout out, go back with Loran to the Espionage days, go back with Quincy to my homeboy Paulie Rhyme and Head Rush, go back with Majestic to when hip-hop was going down at the original Spitboxing, when he was walking around with his notepad, and go back with Guards again to Espionage and the Butters, so shout out to those guys. But really the work they've done out there with Ohio Hip Hop Awards has really helped the entire region to network more. I mean, because they actually have a tour affiliated with that, so if you get down with that, you can literally do a tour of the state with other people and make that network bigger. So I think the opportunities as we get older, we're creating more opportunities that are helping those coming up under us.
Okay. Now, it's funny you say Ohio Hip Hop Awards because you actually was blessed enough, you know what I'm saying, to receive one of those good Ohio plaques. You know what I'm saying?
Beautiful.
And tell me what was that for, and you know, talk about the emotion that you felt when you found out that, you know what I'm saying, that you had won an award such as that.
In 2009, I received the Ohio Hip Hop Awards Damien Mumford Humanitarian Award, who's named for D. Loran's best friend who was unfortunately murdered some years ago. So that was his best friend, and in him doing the awards, he actually named an award after him. The first year was awarded to Silver B, and then I got it the second year, and I was honored. Like, honestly didn't even know it was coming. Doing and being a hip-hop, doing and being a hip-hop activist as well as promoting shows and working with artists, I always played a back seat, kind of behind the scenes role. Like, I never wanted to be up front, you know, I didn't need to have my name on the flyers, but it was just about what I could do to help and support others. So when I was awarded with that, and it wasn't wasn't for Ron, it wasn't for DJ, it was actually for helping the community. Because previously I've done work supporting President Barack Obama's first campaign. I worked on the minimum wage increase campaign in Ohio several years ago too. So just doing that kind of work, registering folks to vote, just being active in the community, as well as trying to educate folks about why it's important for us to be activists, whether as individuals or as parents. You know, it's really important for us to be involved as a hip-hop generation. So to be honored for doing that kind of work, it was not only humbling, it was just like, wow. Like, you guys really know I'm out here doing something, you know? Because, you know, I don't look for acknowledgement, so to get it that way from hip-hop and from my homeboys.
It's different aesthetic, you know, to get it from that way because it's generally for the MC, the producer, or, you know, somebody like that. But, you know, when you get in that realm, that's cool.
It was love. It was love. I mean, it hangs in my office, and I look at it often.
Okay, speaking of promoting now, you do promoting, so talk about how you go about promoting the show. Is it just, you know, if there's something going on, do you just try to, you know, if you like the movement per se, you know, then do you just get involved, or, you know, just talk about that?
It's different. I mean, I have some folks that I've worked with for a long time and their family. I have some folks who might call me up and ask me to get on with a project, or I may just say myself, you know, I want to do this, and then I'll organize it, promote it, and plan it myself. The L-Style Rockers, that's my hip-hop family in Akron. Anything they're down with, I'm down with. If they need anything. I'm sorry, they're B-Boys, legendary B-Boys. Shout out to the L-Style Rockers. My homeboy Dre Live, Get 'em Gump, Dome, Ready Red, everybody in the place. R.I.P. homeboy, B-Boy Cuba. But yeah, they've just been part of my foundation in hip-hop. So anything they have, I'm with it, about it, help out with it, you know, or just in the place partying. My Cleveland family definitely has been Nappy Head Entertainment. Shout out to Pooh and everybody down in Nappy Head. Literally, when I moved back to Ohio, when I was looking for hip-hop events to go to, that was around when they started doing Kings of the Iron Mike. So it was kind of like I was coming to Cleveland and I was seeing all these acts and I was meeting all these people, and I'm like, wow. You know, I mean, it just brought me back because I was going to similar events when I lived in Maryland, but it was just different. So being back home, going to places, meeting people, and again, connecting through hip-hop, being a fan and a supporter of the local artists. You know, and then over the time, I've worked with so many wonderful groups, individuals, I Am Anomaly, E.com.
Right.
Who else? I mean, nationally, I've had the pleasure to bring in Prince Paul, work with KRS-One.
Right.
Bonnet Camp Low was phenomenal. So yeah, I mean, I have
right.
people nationally and locally that I'm with and I'm support, but I'm always looking for new folks to work with. There's a wonderful group out, Poetic Republic. I would love to do a lot more with. Yeah, that's a dream wish of mine. So shout out to Greg and the guys if they see this, call me up.
Right. Now it's funny you mentioned about the kings of the iron mic, and for those of you out there that don't know, you know what I'm saying, that it's a I'm going to say it's a clinic of, you know what I'm saying, some of the hottest MCs that's put on one stage in the city of Cleveland, you know what I'm saying, but, you know, for that, I think right now, it's getting ready to happen as the queen, you know what I'm saying, so talk about how important that is, you know what I'm saying, from a female perspective, because you're not really from an MC, but, you know what I'm saying, from the hip-hop aspect. Talk about how important that is for females in this game.
Yeah, again, big ups to Fu Manchu and the whole Nappy Head crew, because Queens of the Iron Mic to me is so needed, because we don't see a lot of females in hip-hop. I mean, over the 30-plus years hip-hop has been around, we can name female MCs, but there's still not as many as male MCs, you know. And again, this is a male-dominant world, understanding that. So many of the women we've seen in hip-hop haven't been the best representation of women.
Right.
So the fact that they not only do the Queens of the Iron Mic, but it's also done in the month of March, which is Women's History Month, that also adds extra dynamic to it. And Pooh does a great job of bringing diverse women to the stage. So even though it's a hip-hop based event, you still get some poets and you get some musicians and some singers, but it's still a foundation in hip-hop. So, you know, I believe that's March 5th that event is going down.
Absolutely, going down at the...
I'm not sure location.
Oh, I know.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's at the Taste of Class.
Yeah, Touch of Class.
Touch of Class.
Touch of Class. That's right, there it is.
So,
Yeah.
and funny, good transition. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of March, now you have some things that you have going on.
Yeah.
Now talk about that. Now I think was the first day you have is March 4th, right?
No, March 3rd.
March
3rd, we're kicking it off in Akron. Some of my homeboys in Akron I've been down with many, many years, Honey Pot. They're going to be having a release party at the Musica in Akron. And it's for a project they have coming out called Soul Colossal. But they're also doing music that they've had for over 10 years. So it's going to kind of be oldies but goodies for long-term fans, but some new music for folks coming out, you know, I think for the first time. And that's going to be March 3rd in Akron, which is a Thursday at the Musica. The Musica is a wonderful venue down in Akron. It's at 51 East Market Street. It's kind of hard to find. Make sure you Google it or MapQuest it if you're coming. Seriously, because I've had many people get lost. I've had many people be mad because they missed the show. But yeah, Honey Pot has been doing it for a long time, and I really want to shout out the MCs in Honey Pot. MC Gator, I've known Gator for many, many, many years, going back to Ghetto Media days. Folks know who Ghetto Media is, shout them out. And then also MC Shaka, who's wonderful MC, wonderful homeboy, great dad. Our sons actually go to school together. So it's wonderful to have folks in hip-hop, but also have folks that, you know, in the community we have relationships with. And then MC Infinity, you know, he's the wild guy in the group. You know, if he's not on some hip-hop, he's down with some drum and bass. So very eclectic fella. But yeah, so that's something special going on the 3rd. And then on the 4th, I'll be in Cleveland with my homeboy Jack the Ripper. He has a wonderful event going on, and that's going to be at Anatomy.
Love Anatomy.
Yeah.
Get at it, y'all.
Yeah, that's going to be actually a release party.
The Attic, I think.
Yeah, Dust Addicts Tour. Yeah, he has several dates, and that's going to be the first date, and I'm going to co-host with my homeboy Arrogant. You know, some live hip-hop, you know.
Yeah.
It's affiliated with Def Jam, so, I mean, Def Jam only gives you the heat and the fire, you know.
Okay, also, anything else after that? But before we get into that, I want to make sure we touch on this, though, you know what I'm saying, that now you actually have your own establishment now, you know what I'm saying, which is
my own situation.
Your own situation, you know what I'm saying. Now tell us the name of the company.
My company is called Artist First Talent and Booking Agency.
Okay.
And what it is basically, over the last 10 years, I have been doing the work. So I just kind of formally made the company.
Right.
You know, so we can make more money, make more money, make, you know. But, you know, kind of just to solidify everything. And I am a business person, I'm an organized person. So just taking my hobby and my passion, formalizing it, focusing it, trying to do what I've been doing, you know, more efficiently, more professionally to help all the artists that I've been working with, and also help discover new talent and help folks go to the next level. I know artist development is something back in the day. You know, you go back to Motown, and back then they really focused on developing artists at all ages. Remember, Stevie Wonder was a little boy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They had all ages. You could look Stevie Wonder to Marvin Gaye. They had such a wide range of artists, but they took the time to develop them and to mold them and help them be the best. I mean, I just watched Diana Ross on Oprah the other day, and she's still doing it big. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like a lot of our hip-hop artists, I just feel there's a lot of things they're missing because they might just be so focused on the record, so focused on the music, and it's a lot of aesthetic that I see as a fan that I think, well, I feel like I bring to the table a perspective that they don't see because they're the entertainer. I look at things from me standing outside watching you on stage. Me want to say, I'm gonna pay $30 to come see you perform. What am I gonna see? So I think a lot of artists on the local level and the regional level, they don't think about it from that perspective. So I think that's something I can add and help folks out with, as well as just, you know, keep doing some hot shows.
Okay. Now, so if people want you to get involved with their event, so how can they get a hold of you?
The best way to get in touch with me, I'm working on a website, so anybody doing website work, I do the website. Okay. But I don't have a problem putting my number out there, you know, 330-903-1717. Okay? Oh, you can put, okay, and I'll put my email too, you can pop that down there.
Give you everything right down here as we're talking right now.
Perfect. And it'll be mexi.wilson@gmail.com. So you put that down there, everybody can spell it right. Because it's only one Mexi.
Only one. That's the best way to be, you know what I'm saying? Well, that's what's up, you know what I'm saying? We're going to thank Mexi J for sliding down to the Underground Show and giving us some good information about, you know what I'm saying, hip-hop in Cleveland just as well as Akron. Y'all make sure y'all support, you know what I'm saying, support. It is the only way that us good people are going to get out of where we are.
Can I add one nugget?
Absolutely.
Okay, since we're ending Black History Month, and I am an educator, activist, hip-hop person, this is a wonderful book that I picked up that I'm going to start reading. It's called The Black History of the White House. And this book was written about all the history that our people have had in the White House since it's been here. I mean, not only working there and creating it, but also as people in government. So this is a wonderful book, great pickup. I picked it up just yesterday. I'm going to be reading it, but it's called The Black History of the White House by Clarence Lucene. I'm not getting no money off of this. I think it's a great book. I heard the brother talking about it.
Right.
So Black History Month, pick up something, educate your mind. As much as you do with the hip-hop, you know, with the reading, you know.
That's what's up. All right, y'all, we got to go. I am DJ Mike C, and this is Straight from the Underground, the show. You have just tuned into another hot episode, and I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.
Stacking old money, making new money, making rain in the club, that's what it do, money. I got a big tummy, so I gotta eat.